Picture this, an eerie, dilapidated hospital long forgotten by time, its silent, crumbling walls whispering tales of long ago. A trio of curious yet apprehensive kids venture into its cold, unwelcoming embrace. Each step echoes through the hauntingly empty corridors, amplifying their pounding hearts. The air is thick with the scent of decay and desolation, a chilling reminder of what once was. Their flashlights flicker over peeling wallpaper and shattered glass, revealing the harrowing decay of the hospital. The weight of unease grows heavier with each passing moment. Then, out of nowhere, a chilling sight freezes them in their tracks. A clown, its face a grotesque mask of black powder, its eyes glowing an unnatural fiery red. The sight of this twisted figure, a nightmarish mockery of joy and laughter, sends a jolt of pure terror through their young hearts. Just as they were about to delve deeper into the hospital, the horrifying sight of the clown sent them into a panicked frenzy. The once silent hallways of the hospital echoed with the terrified screams of the children as they ran for their lives. The eerie figure of the clown, his red eyes glowing menacingly in the dim light, was in hot pursuit. The children's hearts pounded like drums in their chests as they raced through the labyrinth of corridors. Suddenly, a blood-curdling shriek pierced the air. One of the children had been snatched by the clown, his pleas for help growing fainter as his friends continued to run. Finding respite in an old operating room, the remaining two children were confronted with a horrifying dilemma. Do they risk their lives to save their friend, or do they prioritize their own survival? The room was filled with a chilling silence, broken only by their ragged breaths and the distant echo of their friends' screams. As they debated their next move, a haunting humming sound filled the air, growing louder with each passing second. The manic laughter of the clown sent chills down their spines as they realized he was getting closer. They scrambled to hide under a table, their hearts pounding in their ears. The clown's laughter echoed around the room, his nonsensical chatter growing louder as he searched for them. He rummaged through the cabinets and cupboards, his laughter bouncing off the walls as he threw open the curtains. The children held their breath as he stood in front of their hiding spot. As the clown's laughter grew louder, the reality of their situation sank in. They were trapped in this nightmarish scenario, with nowhere to hide. The clown, a terrifying figure of chaos and madness, entered their hideout, his nonsensical ramblings echoing in the room. His laughter, a symphony of insanity, bounced off the cold, sterile walls of the abandoned operating room. The children huddled under the table could hear the echo of his footsteps as he prowled around, a predator in his domain. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the curtains, heightened the tension. The clown's shadow loomed large, dancing across the room, an ominous puppet show of fear. The children held their breaths, their hearts pounding like a drum in their chests. Suddenly the clown was there, standing right in front of their hiding spot. A moment of silence hung in the air, heavy with dread. Then, like a snake striking its prey, the clown darted down, his hand closing around one of the kids' ankles. A scream ripped through the silence, raw and terrified. The child was yanked from under the table, his desperate pleas filling the room. The third kid, paralyzed with fear, took one look at his friend's wide-eyed terror and bolted. As he sprinted down the long, decrepit corridors, the sound of his own frantic heartbeat drowned out everything else, but not the screams. The chilling, gut-wrenching screams of his friends echoed behind him, a haunting reminder of the horror they had encountered. With adrenaline pumping through his veins, the last kid sprinted towards the exit, the haunting image of the hospital becoming smaller in his rear view. His heart pounded in his chest like a wild drum, echoing the terror that still gripped him. The narrow, dim corridors that once seemed endless were now a blur as he bolted towards the dim light at the end. Freedom. Air filled his lungs as he burst out of the entrance. The cold night air never felt so refreshing, so liberating. Yet, the exhilaration of his escape was tainted by the chilling screams of his friends, reverberating through the hollow structure and into the night. Guilt washed over him, a bitter reminder of the friends he left behind. He had escaped the clutches of the clown, but at what cost? The echoes of his friends' screams would forever haunt him, a grim reminder that his survival was tinged with the sorrow of abandonment.